My name is Chris Lord and I'm the Virtual IT Director. Today I'd like to talk to you about your business's internet connection. Your internet connection is important to your business, and I think it's a safe bet to assume that it would actually cause less impact on your business if your gas or water supply was interrupted than if your internet connection was interrupted. Our expectations and reliance on having a quality connection to the internet have grown quickly and significantly over the last 10 years. Without internet, you're either completely disabled as a business or you're limping along with your smart devices. Without internet, those Teams and Zoom meetings are postponed, those lorries are queued up, your hybrid workers cannot connect to their systems, the payroll cannot be processed and submitted to the bank, your VoIP telephones stop working as expected, your CCTV and security systems are not doing their job, and so the list goes on. So here are 7 areas worthy of your consideration when choosing your internet connection. Number 1, bandwidth. Typically, if you get quoted for a 60 meg broadband product, the 60 meg quoted to you is an absolute maximum and will only be achieved in ideal network conditions. Also consider that the upload speed of that product will typically be much lower than the download speed, let's say 10 to 15 meg, and this is what's known as an asynchronous connection. As you'd expect, a synchronous connection would have the same upload speeds as it does download speed. It is worth doing some rough calculations as to what your bandwidth requirements are now, but also what they may be in 12 months' time. Number 2, latency and jitter. Both of these are often overlooked, and jitter isn't a made-up word. Latency, measured in milliseconds, is how long a network packet takes to arrive at its destination and return. See the full blog on the website for some examples of how different connection methods vary with their latency. Put simply, the lower the number, the faster the response you'll get when you click your mouse. This is fairly unimportant for emails, web browsing, downloads, but it does make an enormous difference for voice, video and remote desktop traffic. Jitter, also measured in milliseconds, is the measure of the variation in latency. Again, relatively unimportant with some areas, but vital in others. Also consider that it's not just the connection method that has a bearing on latency and jitter, but also your internal network components. If you have excellent internet but poorly performing routers, Wi-Fi and cabling, that would also lead to a poor internet experience for you and your colleagues. Number 3, SLA, service level agreement. If your internet connection goes off, you log a call with your ISP and so they can resolve the problem. Depending on the company you use and the product you've chosen, their response to your problem that day can be excellent and proactive, but it can also be downright atrocious and causing you and your colleagues utter frustration and misery for days. I'm afraid in this area, this is an example of you do get what you pay for. The key though is to either dig deeper to understand your current SLA and then reset your expectations in advance as a business, or explore the marketplace to find a product with an SLA that does suit your needs. Number 4, backup connection. Let's make the assumption that your internet in your offices has stopped working right now. If you have one of the aforementioned downright atrocious ISPs, wouldn't it be great if you'd already anticipated that and you simply switched over to the backup internet connection? BT offer some great failover options for small, medium and large businesses. The failover process to a backup connection can be automatic, and even if it wasn't and required some manual intervention to failover, it's still infinitely quicker than provisioning a brand new internet connection. Your backup connection should always use a different network in case there's a network problem in your area or local exchange. As an example, if you have an ADSL or VDSL connection already in your business, don't get another ADSL or VDSL connection as they run on the same network. Choose something completely different, such as 4G, 5G from a mobile provider, or Virgin or CityFibre. Number 5, cost. A regular business internet connection may cost you between £30 to £60 per month. As per my previous point, consider budgeting for a backup line. Yes, it will lay redundant most of the time, but it will prove its worth if your primary connection is unavailable, and it would potentially save your business thousands in lost production hours. An enterprise level internet connection with low latency, low jitter, synchronous speeds and an excellent SLA may cost you £250 a month and upwards. depending on the specific product. Quite a leap. So how on earth can you justify this extra outlay? The most obvious way is to convert your traditional phone systems so that it uses VoIP, or move to a cloud or hosted telephone system. As such, you'd immediately have a significant saving on line rental. Once you've moved to one of these robust enterprise level lines, your business can then build on this and confidently benefit from using it in other areas of your business, such as EDI, linking your website with your stock systems, hybrid working, and adopting modern cloud applications. Number 6, in December 2025, BT Openreach, who manage the wires and cables that keep the country connected, will withdraw all support for the very old PSTN. Or put another way, turn it off. The analogue copper network can simply no longer support the data-hungry IT world we're transitioning into. If you still have any analogue phone lines in your business, now is a really good time to start speaking with your providers for options. This is relevant to you for 2 reasons. 1, your broadband may still run on an analogue line, and 2, your telephone system, unless it's cloud-based, may also be affected by this. Number 7, router firewall. This is the device that bridges the gap between the outside world and your business. If this goes off, if this is performing poorly, you're going to be affected in a big way. It is important your router and firewall device offers value for money, but it's equally important it can do the job efficiently as well. For extra consideration, also look at routers and firewalls that allow for 2 power supplies in case one goes pop, or perhaps consider 2 routers working together in a cluster. So if router A goes pop, router B kicks in automatically to save the day. That's as far as I'll go on that one, because it's a topic that excites me greatly, but do get in touch anytime to discuss in more detail. So, in conclusion, when considering connectivity to the outside world in your business, it really is worth exploring the enterprise level internet connections as your first port of call, and then working backwards from there. In all likelihood, even with the higher price tag, you'll probably end up with a reduction in costs, a much smoother experience, and a great platform to allow your business to grow.